The ideal scenario for every investor that we speak to is you take no or little risk and get a large return. Now, this used to be possible 10 years ago where you were getting 4, 5 or even 6% returns in cash accounts. Granted, inflation was also around this level, which made it easier for banks to offer savings rates at that level. Unfortunately, these days are gone, and with the Bank of England base rate now down at 0.1% and inflation at the time of writing this at 0.4, cash rates are largely reflecting the same returns. In certain cases, you're doing very well to beat inflation with the cash rates on offer at present. But do most people actually know what rate of returns they're actually getting on their cash accounts? For most, in my opinion, the answer to that is no, and yet they normally do nothing about it. Of course, doing nothing is a strategy, it just may not be the right strategy. Now, as you'll see, inflation, it will erode the spending power of your money over time. If you do understand the impacts of inflation and what it has on low interest rates, then you may seek alternative routes to achieve a higher return on your capital. For a lot of people, they have no plans for the money in the short term and may look towards investing. We'd normally recommend a term minimum of 5 years for this type of investment. The objective for this money may be to buy a house, a car, for grandchildren or children's university fees. It may just be for people to hold the value of the money, beat inflation and use it in the future, knowing that it's held its value and you can still get what you want in today's terms. When investing, you then have to take risks, which means that the value of your investment may, or in my opinion, will go up or down over time. There are also varying degrees of risks that you can expect when you invest and lots of different types of asset classes where you can place it. With the help of a financial advisor, we'll guide you through the process and pick investments that are relevant to your specific risk profile. This may mean that you have money in lots of different places, for example, partially in cash, in fixed interest such as gilts and government bonds, also perhaps commercial property and even equities within the UK, Europe and overseas. They all carry varying degrees of different levels of risk, but why would you take a risk if you didn't have to? Investment returns never offer a guarantee, but historically, over time, typically a 5 to 10 year time horizon, more often than not, investment will or indeed has outperformed cash returns and retained its value against inflation. Otherwise, what would be the point in investing? Of course, again, no one can offer guarantees on this element, just to be clear. Over the 5 year plus term, which has no end date, essentially is open-ended, you would typically sit with your advisor and review how the investments are doing and amend any risk profiles if need be. What this means is it ensures that it always runs in line with your comfort zone and more importantly beats the personal objective you've set for your money.